What's going on YouTube? It's Big JYP here. Today I am doing this video on this Call of Duty League pick'em bracket where basically you play self-explanatory. You pick the teams that you think is going to win round by round, and obviously the bracket locks in 2 days and all that stuff because the actual first major tournament starts on March 3rd. That's like a couple. I think that is exactly next week. And obviously, you feel all this bracket out here, blah, blah, blah. So today, I'm just going to go round by round and give you my predictions on who's going to win this tournament. And I don't know. We'll see throughout the video if I'm going to be biased a little bit. I probably will be a little bit more biased on certain teams because I want to speak it to existence because I'm just weird like that. So, but let's start with the elimination round 1 because that's the first day, Wednesday. So we got Seattle Surge and Florida Mutineers. Now, coming off of the games that I just watched today, where they had Seattle versus New York. New York beat them 3-1. Optic versus Florida, and then Dallas versus 100 Thieves. And yeah, the first one was 3-1. Optic versus Florida was 3-1, and then I just recently got finished watching Dallas just absolutely stomp 100 Thieves. So, from what I saw from Seattle and Florida, I can see Florida taking the series 3-1. That's my prediction. I think Florida Mutineers. It's where it's gonna be Seattle, and then the second one, we did see Ravens go into Game 5 against Dallas, but I think they got beat like 6-2 or 6-3. Like I always say, I always try to play safe and give the other team a map win. But if you pick the winning team, regardless, now you're gonna get the points. But I think Ultra is gonna 3-0. Ravens. It would be an upset if they obviously beat Toronto, but I think Toronto is just better enough against a team that has 0 wins. So now we're gonna go with winners round 1, and I'm gonna give Optic the win over New York. I think New York is gonna steal Search, but in respawns, I don't think New York could touch them. I don't think they could touch them at all in the respawns. But in Surge, it's always like a toss up. With Optic at the moment. Thieves, 3-0. Not even a question. Gorillas is okay, but I don't think they're going to, I don't think they're going to take a map from them at all. It's going to be close. Alright, elimination round 2. Actually, let's just get rid of winners here. So after just watching Dallas just smoke LA, and to be fair, the first map, it was kind of close. Like, all 3 maps were kind of close. Like, they won a Search and Destroy on a 1v2. Almost an ace by Crimsix, a.k.a. the fucking god of COD. But I am an Optic fan, So, it's going to be a little biased. Because if I just went off of what I recently just watched, then Dallas should definitely get the win over Optic. I'm gonna give. I think Optic can edge him out. I think Optic can edge out Dallas, and honestly, I think they can. I think the searches though is gonna be the one where I see these teams almost equally matched. Is all about the searches. It is whoever comes out, making the plays and playing better as a team. And I think Optic can get that because I don't think we've seen their final form. You're probably going to think I'm biased because of what I said. I'm an Optic fan. But I am a fan. I do like Dallas and LA and Atlanta. I like all those teams, to be honest. So it's going to be a little bias between these 4 teams here. But moving on. So yeah, I think Optic is going to win in Game 5. It's going to be a close. It's going to be a close series in my opinion. And the same thing going with Atlanta versus Atlanta FaZe versus Los Angeles 100 Thieves. I hate how they don't put 100. They just put LA Thieves. I think it kind of sounds better if they put LA 100 Thieves, but it's a mouthful. But I think Atlanta's gonna take 3-1. I think they'll win one map off of FaZe, but FaZe has been looking so good. In my opinion, I think they're the best team in COD because they've been into a couple game fives and they've won all of them besides one. I think they lost one game 5. All right, so on to elimination round 2. Paris versus Florida. Paris is surprisingly played pretty well. I can see this going the distance, so I'm gonna give Florida the win of the series, but I think it could go the distance. Minnesota versus Ultra. This one is kind of a tough one in my opinion. So, see, sometimes I forget who's on Minnesota, and thinking about Taj Lamar. I think they take this one 3-1. Now I just thought about like who was on that team, and I was like, wait a minute. So yeah, on to elimination round 3. New York versus Florida. I think it will be a 3. I think it'll be a 3-1 over Florida. And then you have your LA Gorillas and Minnesota Rocker. I always mispronounce that name. Actually, a little fun fact: I was supposed to go when they first started doing like the CDL in Modern Warfare. I was supposed to go to the second home series tournament that Minnesota was holding, and COVID happened. Now I was gonna meet some of the boys that I've been playing with for years. You know, shout out to you guys. But yeah, I think Minnesota could take this one to 3-1. I'll give them a 3-1. I'll give LA a map, but I don't think they could beat Minnesota, in my opinion. All right, so LA Thieves versus New York. I will give this a 3-2. I think that will be another game 5, and LA taking that one, just because of the players: Slasher, Iceman, aka TJ, and all those guys, Kenny, and Temp. Yeah, I always forget Temp is on the team. Every time I see Temp, it always looks like he's sad. Like his like just normal face just looks so upsetting. Like he just looks mad all the time. Obviously, here I'm gonna give a Dallas 3-0. And then we got our winners finals: Optic versus Chicago. The last few times we faced FaZe, they've beaten us, and it's not like badly. It's been like close games. So for this, I'm gonna say this one. I think it's gonna be a best of 5. It's gonna not best of 5. I think it's going to end in a 5-game series. Like it's going to the 5th game. Who I give it to? That's the thing, though. Like I feel like even on the best teams, they can have bad days on search. So, and the last time, honestly, that they faced, looking at it from the last matchup, they should have 3-1 FaZe, but they made mistakes in game 4 to where BZ got the 3-piece, and then BZ from that point on just took over in like game 5. So I'm gonna give Optic 3-1. Now, I know it's going to seem a little biased because I'm an Optic fan, but if you look at the last time Optic and FaZe matched up, I think everyone can agree that they should have won that game 4 on, not Garrison, Moscow Hardpoint. But a BC popped that 3-piece that basically secured them that map win for FaZe. And then map 5, I mean, it's just, because of the respawns, they look pretty great. You know, Optic won map 1, then Scump dropped a goose egg in map 2, where Optic just got exposed in the search. And the third map, I think it was like a 3-1 or a 3-2 Optic control win. And FaZe was a little bit behind in the 4th map, but they got to that Buzz Hill. BC gets 3-piece, and then they win the game. Yeah. And in map 3, I think it was like a 6-1 or 6-3 loss to us in that map 5, which was embarrassing. But I think Optic, if they're going to lose a map, it's going to be a Surge. But the respawn, I feel like they are one of, or if not the best respawn team in the game. So, go to elimination round 5. LA versus Empire. I think because of what I recently watched, even though all 3 games were close, I would think this goes to a map 5 and Dallas taking that map 5 over LA. And now you got the elimination round. Elimination final, I should say. FaZe versus Empire. Now, I don't think they matched up at all this year. And I can't really go back to last year because game was totally different and it was a 5v5. So I'm going to go... I should say Dallas. I feel like Dallas could give FaZe a run for their money. But the Tiny Terrors, bro, they are so good. Abeezy and Simp, they are so... I think those are the Tiny Terrors are. I know Simp is definitely one of the Tiny Terrors. Jesus Christ, that man is like 5'2". But I'm going to say... I'm going to give FaZe... I'm going to give FaZe the win. I think FaZe gets a 3. See, here's the thing about these top 4 teams. I feel like a lot of their series matchups could go to like a 5 games to like the final game, like the 5th map. You know, like the team has got to really be on point, like Dallas was today, to 3-0 another top 4, like one of the top 4 teams, which I don't think is gonna happen for the next while. So I'm gonna give Atlanta. You know what? I will say this goes to 5th map, and excuse me, I would think Dallas could beat FaZe. I think Dallas could beat FaZe in a best of 5. I think Dallas could do that. So now we got the major final. And I totally forgot the way they're doing now is in these major finals is a best of 9. So I don't think this goes to all of a 9th game. I think because at most, I feel like I want to say Optic is gonna win it, but I gotta figure like how many maps that is. So they're literally gonna have to win. How many maps will they win? Because they're not gonna like straight up go like Dallas is not gonna go winless. How many can 5? So that makes sense. I was trying to figure out like what number it would be if you actually did that to a team, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Optic's gonna completely wipe the slate on Dallas. Dallas is gonna take a few maps from them. I think Optic is gonna win the first map, and Dallas is gonna bounce back and win the second map. Third map, I'm gonna give to Optic, and then will be another hard point. I'll give Dallas that one. I'm basically like going back and forth. Then I'm gonna give. I feel like Dallas could take 3 maps off of Optic, but at the end of the day, because I'm playing it safe, I kind of play it safe here with all my predictions, and like I said, it might be a little bit biased because I'm an Optic fan, but I'm not trying to base all of this on like. I'm sure, like I kind of am, but I'm kind of not trying to base all of this on the last games that we just watched of the Super Week. I think that's what it's called. So, especially the way Dallas played against Thieves, I think, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Optic wins it all, 5-3, and is that much? Okay, yeah, 5-3. So that is my prediction. That's my prediction of the tournament. So let's just go back over, look over this bracket. Optic 3-1, LA 3-0. I kind of want to give Gorillas a map, but yet again, I mean, it's a team that has Slasher and Kenny on there. No, they're going to 3-0 them. I'm just gonna look back over this to see, maybe I might have second thoughts on the bracket. How many like game fives I have on here? So that's one. That's the first one. There's a second one. Third. 4, 5, 6. Like technically like 6. So I feel pretty top. I feel pretty good about my predictions. Obviously, I don't think this could be a perfect bracket. If it would be, that'd be totally insane. But yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty good with my options. I'm gonna submit this bish, and bada bing, bada boom. Your bracket predictions cannot be modified once you click submit predictions. Are you sure you're ready to lock in your bracket? Yes, sir. Oh, well, this is embarrassing. This thing won't let me submit. Submit. Waiting for the quality. Bro, that shit is so... Oh, now it's loading. Jesus Christ. Alright. It's been submitted. It's been done, boys. It's been done. I kind of wanted to do this, like obviously here, I was already late to the party, so I couldn't do all this crap. But I'll just I'll let y'all look at the Super Week. So basically, I kind of want to do videos like these on the channel because I'm into the COD League. I'm into competitive COD and all that stuff. And I have basically deleted my old channel, and I'm going to be putting this on like the new channel because I kind of want to like start over, make it fresh, because like in my earlier videos I didn't really put much effort into it, and I kind of want to start doing it a little bit more on my YouTube videos, just to put a little bit more effort into it. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here with this new channel, and I want to do videos, make make videos like these, prediction videos on who's gonna win, especially when they have like this bracket thing for the CDL. I want to do videos like these, and hopefully I could put a face cam in it. What I'm using to record is the Elgato, and when I try to put my face cam in there, it makes it all laggy and whatever. I will have to mess around with the settings. But we can take a look at the Super Week. Obviously, I didn't do anything for the opening weekend by Atlanta Phase because I totally forgot they did the bracket thing at first. So this is for stage 1. Stage 1. And I feel like I did pretty good. There were 3 matches that I did get no points in. And I feel like most people are going to get pretty much all of them. But for the Florida versus Gorilla, I originally put it for 3-0, but Florida 3-1 them. And then FaZe versus Ultra, I got that right, 3-1. This was kind of a shock to me when I looked at this. Florida getting 3-0'd by Paris. They came out and was like, I thought Paris was going to be shit. But they played decently well. Better than the fucking Royal Ravens, who won 0 games at all. Like, they just won 0 games. But they got 3-0'd. I got made my prediction right. Subliners 3-0 Ravens. And then for this one, I thought this would go to a game 5, but it didn't. Minnesota took care of business and 3-0'd Seattle. So, on to Wednesday. This took me by surprise. This would have been probably, in my opinion, the biggest upset of the Super Week. Royal Ravens getting their first win of the league by beating Dallas in a best of 5, which is crazy that they even took them to a best of 5. I thought Dallas would score 3-0 them, but no, they won. They still won 3-2. That was just insane to me. I remember watching it live. I watched bits of it live, and I was like, "What the fuck?" When I saw they were in a map 5, I definitely glued my eyes to the screen. And then you got your LA versus Seattle. I chose LA to 3-0, but they went to a map 5. Still won it though, 3-2. Then Optic made that right prediction, 3-1 Ultra. Plaza surge, but Respawn couldn't touch us. So now we go on to Thursday. Worker versus Subliners, and I made a wrong prediction of going to a game 5, but I still got the points because I picked Subliners to win. They won 3-0. Optic, I thought they were 3-0 Gorillas, but they didn't. But they still beat them 3-1. And for the Atlanta and Orlando, which pisses me off because Florida needed to win one more map just to go to a game 5. But I still won, the marquee matchup prediction, and it was a 3-1 win, phase 3-1. Yeah, I don't know why I repeat myself. I'm an idiot. But we go on to Friday, and Friday I expected LA to 3-0 them, but once again they 3-1. It's fine, get the points. This one I was shocked, in a sense of like, wow, Paris did that to Ultra, which I feel like are a bit better than Ultra is a bit better than Paris, but apparently not on that day, not on Friday, because Paris Legion took it to him game 5, and I think in that game 5, if I could recall, they got smacked like badly. Either I think it went to round 11 they lost, so they lost like 6-1 or 6-2. I can't remember. But then I remember this match that I watched, Subliners up 2-0, and I'm like, well, I think at the time I thought I had Dallas either 3-0 or 3-1 them. But I was like, shit, Dallas is really down 2-0 against the Subliners. But Dallas, showing you why they were champions of Call of Duty last year. They reverse swept the first one in the CDL League, and they destroyed them in Game 5 on Miami, where Dallas just had complete control. That control, man. That literal game mode control gave them the advantage, because that fourth map, I mean, they didn't blow Subliners out of the water, but they made it a pretty good 2-1. So we go on to Saturday. I had them 3-0 Paris, but Paris took it to a map 5, but Atlanta still came out with a dub. And then for the Minnesota versus London, I had Minnesota 3-1 London, but they ended up 3-0 them, but it's fine. Still got those 4 points. And then here's the third match that I got wrong. I did kind of predict these two teams going to game 5, but who the winner was, I got wrong. I thought Toronto would win it, but it ended up being Los Angeles Guerrillas winning it. Toronto, they started strong. They were 1-0, and then they lost like the next 3 or 4 matches they played. I'm not going back to check that. Then on Sunday, the last day that I just watched all day today, my prediction for Subliners versus Surge, I was right, 3-1. My prediction of Optic versus Florida, 3-1, was right. And I thought the Dallas Empire and 100 Thieves was going to be a fun game to watch. But honestly, it was I shouldn't say kind of boring. There was the 3 games, well, I should say 2.5-ish games were pretty close. That second game was honestly fucking fun to watch. That was probably one of the only few Search and Destroy games that was actually really fun to watch, because it went down to the wire. When I thought LA, after having I think a 3-0 start, that they were gonna win the bish, but I was wrong, because Crimsix was like, let me get the 2 kills and the 1v2 real quick. Hold my beer, temp. So they ended up 3-0ing LA for taking the number 1 seed, which led to the bracket that we saw with this already determined and all that. But I have Optic winning it all. I feel like excuse me, it's gonna be some close ones, but those are my predictions for their Major 1 bracket, the Major 1 tournament. And I guess I was just going to do a video of the Major 1 bracket, but I kind of just did a recap of my Super Week. So, Super Week, let's run it back again. Super Week, I got 3 matches wrong, but I don't think that's too bad. I think it's alright. It's an okay bracket. And I feel like in this one, Optic is going to win it all. It's going to come down to Optic versus Dallas. Let's just say that. I think it's going to come down to those 2 teams. It could go down to Optic versus FaZe or FaZe versus Dallas. I think it's going to either be those 3 teams being in the finals. Thieves, if they do run into a FaZe or an Optic or a Dallas in the elimination rounds, they're going to get B. Either a 3-0, 3-1, or best of 5. And I'm not saying this because I hate on 100 Thieves. I don't. You know, I like they're one of the teams I like. Basically, the teams I like in the CDL are the top 4 teams: Optic, FaZe, Dallas, and 100 Thieves. I always get confused to call them either by their city name or the name of the teams. But yes, those are the teams I like, and there are places where, okay, whatever. I'm getting into a rabbit hole here, but I just want to thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below if you guys agree with my bracket or you guys think my bracket is total bonkers. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next.